Guys, well, my name's Brandon Roach with Monarch Title, and I'm coming here today to be able to help you guys with your farming and also these tools to be able to get you guys more leads, more listings with no cost. So that's like the main thing. So I'm going to go over three main things that this tool can do for you today. And the reason why I love these three things is because it's something that you can do and get out right away, whether you have a listing or not, to try to be able to attain something like that. So the first thing is this search address bar right here.
Okay, guys, we're playing with our video equipment, so it's not Brandon transforming in front of your eyes.
Yeah, they're really making me look extra pink today. So we're gonna just type in an address and we're gonna generate a property profile. And the reason why, if you can take anything away from today, is I like this profile because it gives you three lists. It gives you the out-of-state owners, it gives you the possible next sellers, which is huge. And the next sellers is going to be based off of what I call life events that happen. So those life events could be either, their default, death, divorces, also based off the turnover rate. So let's say every 10 years, the track of homes, they have a high turnover rate of homes being sold. So that's basically what that list of possible next sellers does. So let me just scroll down. So this is a beautiful property profile and color, doc information, hyperlinks. And if you keep scrolling down, second, it'll bring up those three lists. So there's going to be a next sellers, we can view all records. There's going to be the out-of-state owners, and there's going to be the absentee owners map as well. So these all are great for you guys, especially if you're farming in a certain area, because you'll be able to have different let's say flyers for those areas when you are door knocking.
And the absentee owner would be the rental property.
Yes, the renters. So this is huge for you guys, because if you guys are, door knocking, there's sometimes that you door knock and like it's possibility that, oh, well, I'm renting. Well, have another flyer because, you want a buyer too. If they're looking to be able to buy right now.
You can buy.
Exactly. So that's a huge thing too. And out-of-state owners is really big right now too, because a lot of the forbearances, everything's lifting. So these out-of-state owners, they haven't got rent for the past 3 years, some of them. So this is the time to sell if they are looking to sell right now. So what I've been doing and talking to a lot of my agents is go to these homes and take a picture of these homes and be able to send it to them with their mailing, because you're going to get the mailing address and the site address. So the site address in California, but then the mailing address, whether it's in Arizona, Nevada, anything out of state. So this is something that's very big too as well. And this is based off of just putting in an address, guys. So
you get what he's saying? Like you go and you drive up to the property, you take a picture of it. So if they're out of state, they have no idea what the property looks like, depending on whether they have a property manager or family member, whatnot. You take a picture. Imagine if that house has like 3 junked up cars, it's leaking oil, and they have no idea and they think it's in good condition. You take a picture of it, you send it to them, and they're like, man, this is not what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And so that might give them the indication, number one, this person went above and beyond. And number two, oh man, this house isn't what I thought it was. You know what, prices are still good, let me sell it. Or you might say, hey, look, the house looks beautiful. We can sell this weekend. Let's go.
Yeah, so definitely that's like something that could definitely be able to help you guys out. And then like we said, the absentee owners and then the next sellers is perfect too. So these are people, the next sellers that I would say, if you have a listing, invite them to the open house. Right? Because these are, you're going to want their, expertise opinion on, how the home's being sold. And then also you're going to be able to get them inside the home and be able to, hey, I can give you a free evaluation of what your home is worth. It's just to get the ball rolling, just a lot, more of a warmer lead in terms of, seeing someone, because you already know that they're more likely to sell based off of the turnover rate, based off of, life events that technically happen to them. They don't know that, but yeah.
Brandon, this information that you're providing, how much did you say it costs on the Title Toolbox?
This is all free. Everything I'm showing you right now is free. There is some stuff at the end that there is a slight cost.
I'm asking questions so that when you're sitting there saying, I don't have money to invest.
This is it. Yeah, so this is definitely it. And even like the stuff that there is cost, because they obviously have some premier data that I will go over. It's very, very minimal. It's a cup of coffee that you're not going to have at times. So I always joke about that, especially if you guys go to like Starbucks or anything like that, you're definitely going to be paying less than a cup of coffee. So this is just the first thing. So like I said, guys, if you guys have any questions, just type in an address and this will be huge for you guys. be able to pull up the property profile, which you guys usually always need anyway, and then those 3 lists. And that's usually a mile radius from that property that you put in. So it's not like you'd be going 10, 15 miles away. It's pretty close. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to go over, we're going to go to the farming tab, and we're going to go to area search. And the reason why area search is going to be a little bit more specific on when we're looking. So right now we are in San Bernardino County, and I'm going to look up the site city of, we're in Ontario right now, just to give an example. So this is under the general tab, property characteristics. We're just going to do single family residence for right now, but there's condominiums and there's a bunch of different duplex, triplex, quadplex, multifamily dwelling. And right now, what I'm showing you guys is still all free. Then there's assessment and taxes tab. You can look here if you want to see the most delinquent taxes. So people that are, going their 4th, going onto their 5th year, if they're like $15, $20, $30,000 delinquent, these are some other people that you can contact too. And the reason why is because if they can't be up to date, they're going to lose their home. They're 4th going into their 5th year. So we're able to look this up as well. So this is something that's huge for you guys because you guys will be able to help them sell their home, especially right now. Pretty much everyone has equity in their homes. Be very surprised if they don't. I know that we're seeing a little shift right now with the market, but still it hasn't gone that much to the point where I would say they wouldn't have the equity. But the main thing that I wanted to focus on this is the custom filters, and this is the empty nesters. And the reason why, so these are empty nesters, people that lived in the home for 30 plus years, 3 plus bedrooms. This is huge right now because a lot of people are trying to either downsize or move out of state. So this is a good group of people that I would say, hey, if they're looking to leave in the next year, this is good to preach to them. Well, let's get the most bang for your buck now instead of waiting that year. And then you might be, we don't know, if the market's shifting, it's still going the same way, $50,000, $100,000 less is possible. So if we just even got a list of people that lived in their houses 30 plus years, it's going to be huge in Ontario. Give it 1 second while calculating. So it's 3,659 properties of empty nesters in Ontario. So if that's a lot, because that's a huge farm, right? So if we go back to property characteristics, what I also try to put in is under other available fields is the number of stories. So at the end of the day, we would all love to walk up and down stairs forever, but that's not realistic. So if we wanted to do 2 stories as well, we'll add that as well, and then it's going to narrow it down even more so. So now there's only 647 properties in Ontario of people living there 30 plus years, 3 plus bedrooms. That's equal to 2 stories. So that's a solid farm. That's something that you could even door knock. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Prop 19. That's where you're able to take the taxes with you if you're 55 ages or older. So yeah, so instead of that's why a lot of people are worried and scared about moving, because let's say they're retired, they don't have that type of money to be able to afford the new tax rate. Well, as long as you're moving to something, even can be more expensive. Let's say you sell the home for $800,000 and you buy something for $1 million. That $800,000, you're paying your old tax rate. The only difference would be the $200,000. It would be the newer tax rate. So if that's something that's big as well, let me just share this with you guys so I can see. Is there another screen that I can share? Switch it. All right, so this is the other window that I was talking about for the Prop 19. So it's based off inheriting property, transfer of property to tax base, all this information that you can be able to go when you're door knocking to your clients. So especially the people that are empty nesters. So I can supply this. So if you guys are interested in wanting a Prop 19 flyer, let me know. I can email it to you guys as well. We have 2 different ones. There's this one. I like this one better because it's a little bit more detailed. The other one just kind of just has a couple pointers on there. But yeah, definitely I can get this for you guys. Let me just go back real quick. Switch window screens. All right, now that we're back here. So this is the information that I was talking to you about, the custom filters, the empty nesters. So we had 647 properties as well. What you can add with it, it's just preference on what you want to add, is there's the Premier data. So this is when I told you there was slight cost in that area. So if we click on here, there's mortgage information, leads, phone numbers, and emails. So if we go under the lead tab and you do affidavit of death, and let's say the last 3 months, let's see if someone's passed away in those 647 homes in the last 3 months. So there's 0 properties. So let's take out the number of stories and let's see if that will even generate even more so. So there's 11 properties. So in the past 3 months, the empty nesters in Ontario, single family residents, there's been 11 people that have passed away, right? Like I said, it's a cup of coffee. It's $5.50 to have those. So when you're door knocking, maybe you spend a little bit more time on those. Maybe you make your rounds a little bit more compared to the other ones. And I'm not saying the door knock and say, hey, I know someone passed away, because obviously that's a very touchy subject. But as we know, if there's someone that's lived there, let's say husband or wife, or just husband or just wife, and someone's going to pass away, they're not going to be able to afford what they can. They're not going to be able to afford their home anymore. So either someone's going to have to help them out, or they're going to have to downsize and sell. So what I say is, do your flyers, do your door knocking, but always put a bullet point, if you know someone that has just passed away, I am the expert in this field, even just to help them out with whatever they need. Be there as, to be able to help, to be an expert in what you're doing, because like you guys are the experts in your field. That definitely will help you guys, even gain more business, because as we know, 6 months, people, they're usually going to sell. Especially if they have 3+ bedrooms, they're gonna all be all by themselves. So this is something that I think that does well. A lot of my agents have also helped. It just depends on what you want to do specifically. Right. So after those 2 things, the address, the farming tab, I want to go to the stats tab. And now we're going to talk about turnover rate. So turnover rate is the amount of homes that have been sold in the past year, right? So if we're going to go, let me go back to Ontario. And this is so if you guys are getting your return on income. So if you guys are going to market in an area, you don't want to market in an area if there's 1 home sold in the past year, right? And especially in that track of homes. So what I love to do is I like to do the mail carrier route. So when you guys are door knocking, they're all next to each other. You're not going, 5 different places. And I always do a minimum of 5% on the turnover rates. And the reason why is because you don't really want anything less than that, because the 5% is a sweet spot. Obviously, if it's 16 to 20%, that might be oversaturated. So right now there's 4 records pulled up. So this is 2011. So this 7, even this one. And the reason why I like the 5.88 better is because of the number of homes in that track and the total number of sales. So this one's only 35 and there's 7. So there's not as many. So with these, you can definitely be able to get that. And then it shows the average price, average years owned. So if we select this, press get count, this will be able to pull up that track of homes that you're able to door knock. And it also does a beautiful thing in terms of actually printing out and looking at a walking form for you guys. So let me just... So these are all the homes right here. These are all the homes. And it's going to show you also as well the non-owner and the owners. So if there's someone that's actually in the home, then you'll know that they're owning it. And then also if they're renting. So that's why you always have to have your 2 flyers, one for the renters and one for the people that are owning. So at least then you know that too. So if you export it, and I wanted to show you guys this because I really like this farm, let it download real quick, is that it's going to be able to show like all that information. So you can write your notes. You can be able to print stuff off. It'll show who's renting and not in big bold letters. Just give it 1 second. So this is an example of the farm that you'd be able to pull up. So it shows the owner's name, rental, years owned, all this type of information. Interesting. Yeah. And the good thing too is that what I love about this is that you'll be able to show when it's been sold last. So if we're able to see that it's sold in 2022, so those, I think, I forgot the count of it. I think there was maybe like 15 homes or something like that, right? So if those 15 homes, make your flyer of those 15 homes that just sold that year, right? And just put just sold and put your information on it. When you're door knocking, you can hand that out because you're just giving public information to everyone. You did not sell those homes, of course.
Right.
But if they ask you if you sold those homes, of course you're going to, tell them, no, I didn't. But as a consumer, what do you think when you see 12 homes being sold and your face on it? They're going to think you're busy. They're going to think that you're the expert in this area because, you've been able to help all these homes out. So that's something else a lot of people have done. A lot of my agents have done. So, and it's helping them get listings. At the end of the day, I try to see what works out there in the field as much as possible. And I try to put myself in your guys' position to see how can we, generate more business for you guys. So those are the main 3 things that I like that you guys should worry about is the stats in terms of turnover rate, the list of possible next sellers, the out-of-state owners, and the non-owner occupieds, and then the empty nesters. I really think the empty nesters is going to be huge, especially more so now than ever. Like baby boomers, they're already coming to that point where they have to be leaving, and that's the biggest amount of people that we've had in a long time. So a lot of them are moving to those assisted living areas, or they're not able to live by themselves anymore. So this is definitely something that can help, because I believe that they're approaching or maybe around their 70s, I think now. So this is something that can help out. So those empty nesters, I would hit hard. And then also, and please let me know if you guys need anything in regards to this. There's a lot of my clients that, they don't have the time or they're busy. If you need a list of a high turnover rate in a certain area that you guys are looking for, let me know, because then I can pull up that list. I'll shoot you an email and then you'll have it right away. Same thing with all the other lists. If you want an empty nester, if you want any type of farm or anything like that, like what I just went over, and you're unsure of how to go about it, just shoot me a text, email, call, and I'll be able to handle that for you. Is there any questions that anyone has?
Brandon,
No questions?
Brandon, I just had a quick, well, not kind of question, but just to make sure, if anybody here needs an account, they can just email you, right, to get an account set up so they can have these.
I don't hear you on my end.
Oh,
I don't know if you're on mute or I can't hear. Can you guys hear?
can you hear me?
Okay, maybe it's just me. But yeah, if anyone needs an account, please let me know. Contact me, or Hazy or talk to Hazy and to get my information,
Okay.
and we'll be able to set you up. But yeah, if you guys need anything else, please let me know. And if not, I look forward to helping you guys out, and whatever you guys need, I'm here. Thank you.